The Midnight Ride of Sybil Ludington, a story of courage and patriotism. Most Americans know the story of Paul Revere and his Midnight Ride. He is celebrated in poems and history books, his name etched in the annals of American history. But fewer know the story of Sybil Ludington, a young girl whose bravery matched that of Revere. She was just 16 years old when she made her own daring ride, covering twice the distance of Revere. On a stormy night in April 1777, Sybil rode through the dark countryside, alerting the militia of an impending British attack. Her journey spanned over 40 miles through unfamiliar and treacherous terrain. Thanks to her courage and determination, the militia was able to gather in time to defend their homes. Sybil's ride may not be as well known, but her contribution was no less significant. She is a true hero of the American Revolution, a symbol of youthful bravery and patriotism. Today, her legacy lives on, reminding us that courage knows no age or gender. The American Revolution, the fight for liberty. The American Revolution was a time of great upheaval. Colonists in America were fighting for their freedom from British rule. The year was 1777. The British Army was advancing. They threatened to crush the rebellion. The outcome of the war was uncertain. Both sides needed every able-bodied man to fight. A desperate call to action. Sybil answers the call. On a stormy night in April, a desperate rider arrived at the Ludington home. He carried urgent news that could not wait. The British were attacking Danbury, Connecticut, a strategic location that held vital supplies for the Continental Army. Sybil's father, Colonel Henry Ludington, was the commander of the local militia. He had the crucial task of organizing the defense. He was responsible for rallying his men to defend the town and protect their homes from the advancing British forces. But the messenger was too exhausted to continue. He had ridden hard and fast, and now he could go no further. Sybil knew what she had to do. With determination in her eyes, she prepared to ride into the night, ready to take on the dangerous mission herself. Despite the storm and the darkness, Sybil mounted her horse and set off. She rode through treacherous conditions, her heart pounding with each thunderclap. She stopped at house after house, waking the militiamen and urging them to join her father's forces. Her courage and resolve inspired them to action. Thanks to Sybil's bravery, the militia gathered quickly, ready to defend their town. Her ride became a legendary act of heroism, remembered for generations. Sybil's perilous journey, a test of fortitude. Sybil mounted her horse Star. She set off into the dark and dangerous night. The journey was long and perilous. Sybil rode through dense forests and across rushing streams. She braved the storm and the dangers of the road. She knew that the fate of her town and her countrymen rested on her shoulders. The militia responds, turning the tide of war. Sybil rode for hours, covering over 40 miles. She called out to the militia, urging them to join the fight. Her courage and determination inspired them. They quickly gathered and marched towards Danbury. Sybil's ride gave the militia the time they needed to assemble. They confronted the British. A forgotten hero, Sybil's legacy, remembered. Sybil Ludington, a name that may not be as well known as Paul Revere, but her contributions were equally significant. Sybil Ludington's ride was a remarkable act of courage. At just 16 years old, she rode 40 miles through the night to alert the colonial militia of the approaching British forces. She faced danger and hardship, navigating through dark forests and treacherous paths, all while evading British soldiers and loyalists who would have stopped her mission. Her brave actions helped to save her town and contribute to the American victory. The militia she alerted was able to gather in time to fend off the British attack, a pivotal moment in the fight for independence. General George Washington personally thanked Sybil for her bravery. This recognition from the leader of the Continental Army was a testament to the impact of her courageous ride. He recognized the importance of her actions, understanding that without her, the outcome of that night could have been very different. Over time, Sybil Ludington's story faded from the history books. Despite her significant contributions, her name was overshadowed by other figures of the Revolution. But her legacy is now being rediscovered. Historians and educators are bringing her story back to light, ensuring that her bravery is not forgotten. Today, she is remembered as a true hero of the American Revolution. Monuments and statues have been erected in her honor, and her story is taught in schools across the country. Her courage and patriotism continue to inspire us. Sybil Ludington's legacy serves as a reminder of the impact one individual can have in the fight for freedom and justice.